Hello everyone. This video is very important for me because I'm so happy to tell you that I have entered the University of Applied Sciences in Finland. I'm so happy. So if you're interested in studying abroad and in all these exams that you have to pass, then continue watching this video. So first of all, I'd like you to see a flashback in my life. I did this video when I came from the exam and when I had all these feelings inside of me, and I do not remember what I told, but I remember that my English was very bad because I was quite tired because the whole day was quite stressful and I had to speak English and to write in English and just the whole situation. But I had so great emotions, so I'd like you to watch it now. Hello. Today is the 11th of March 2020, and today I had my exams to the University of Applied Sciences YAMK. It is located in Jyväskylä in the capital of central Finland, and I hope that everything is fine and I'm going to study there. I will study there, and today I just want to tell you about the exam, about my feelings, about people there, and just some general information about it. So I went in the morning, early in the morning, to the university here in Moscow because actually this exam can be passed either in Finland or in different other countries where they organize this places where students can pass this exam. So I passed it in Moscow, and as I've said, I came to the university early in the morning. There were 13 people. Some of them applied to different programs like eSport or international business. It is the program that I wanted to study, that I want to study. And I guess there were also applicants of international business, but only a master degree. So there were four parts, and all applicants knew about it, but they didn't know the some certain questions or some certain problems that will be there. We were given the article, I think, at the end of January. The article was called "The Future of Work, the Work of the Future." It was about how AI, digitalization, robotics influence labor markets and economy in Europe. Quite unusual for a person who, and I think for all teenagers who probably have never thought about economy in general and all these global things. But yet there were interesting parts of this report and also some boring parts like I don't know, taxation or the representation of these of future companies that doesn't exist in physical. There is no physical presence. Or just online companies with robots and trade unions that should represent them, or something like this. But in general, it was quite interesting, and to be honest, I began to think differently after reading this article because, you know, I watched also YouTube Originals videos. I think I will leave the link below. It is called, they are called The Age of AI, and it was very interesting. And after reading it, after watching it, I couldn't just simply sit. I wanted to do something. I have already wanted to create something, but it's early. The first part, so we came there, and just there was all this stuff with registrations. Then we came to the class, and the exam started. The first part was the written part. It lasted for 3 hours. The first task was to write an essay. So I think that everything should be fine. Maybe there can be something with grammar, but I checked it. So I hope that everything will be okay. So the next part, there were 15 questions about the article, and 4 answers, and you should check the right one. I know that I have 2 mistakes, but actually you receive 0.4 for points for every answer. So I think that others are correct. So I think that 0.8 points, it is not really terrible. And then the last part of the written section was math and logic, yes. There were 20 problems. I solved all of them, and I feel quite confident now, because actually I just came from the exam and I'm tired. Sit here and talk with this phone because I have a lot of emotions inside me, and I really need to tell it even to the phone now. And then we have 1 hour break. And I was at the first group, so there were 3 girls firstly, and then we were waiting for the fourth guy. I think he was 26 maybe. I guess he was applying to the master's degree. So actually the theme of the discussion was shopping, and how it is changing nowadays, and we just should talk about it. To be honest, it seems that 15 minutes lasted forever. We just didn't know what to talk about, because we talked about everything that we knew. And then everyone had one question. So I didn't really like my question, because the question for the girl that was before me was more interesting. It was about what business do you want to have in the future. But I had the question like, when was the last time, or when did you feel that you were successful, you were successful, or something like this. But of course I answered my question. In general, I think that everything was normal. So the results, I think that I've told it already, but the results will be at the end of April, at the beginning of May. I'm very waiting for them, and I really want to study there. And if you're watching this video, I already know the results. I hope that everything is okay, and if it is okay, and I'm going to tell you about the studies in Finland, about how it is to study in international atmosphere, because you know what? Because I believe in myself, and I believe that I have passed this exam. And as I said, if you watch this video, it means that I have entered this university, and I got the email 2 days ago that I have been granted the study place. And I'd like to tell you how and when was this email sent to me. So I had my Russian language lesson, and I was just sitting, we were doing some tasks, and then I saw the email from the university which I applied to, and I opened this email, and there were there was the news that you congratulations on your entering the university and you was granted a study place, and I didn't believe any word. So I just canceled all the plans. I stopped my lesson. I told my friends that I had some problems with the internet, and then I read this email again, and I couldn't help crying. Uh, because I was so happy. It was something that I really wanted to do, that I really wanted to achieve. And my parents were watching TV during that time, and my sister was at her room. So I told her that parents called her, and she went to the living room, and then I told them that I got this email and I entered the university, and we all cried and everyone was happy. And actually I didn't tell a lot of people before about my application to this university and my future plans, so almost the all evening was full of phone calls to my granny, who cried, and she was so happy for me, because actually I always was the person who from the early childhood, almost from the early childhood, was intended to go abroad and study there. And I don't know, from 8 years I told my parents and my nearest and dearest that I wanted to go to the US. So now my plans a little bit changed, and I'm not sure about the country, but I understood that that I totally want to study in Europe to gain so much opportunities that in my opinion, that I won't be able to have in my country. And I called my teachers, which I have good relationships with. I called my friends, and everyone was happy. So yeah, so my and I think that now I can tell you something more about the exams. I've told something in the previous video, but I would like to say it again. And if you want me to make another video talking about the exams, talking about the preparation to the exams, I'll be very happy to do it for you. So I have started. So the article that I have had to read was posted on the 25th of January approximately, and I started to read it slowly because I had 3 Olympiads at that time, and it was rather hard to combine studying, preparing for the Olympiads, preparing for the exams. But I read it slowly but surely. And when I have all my Olympiads completed, I canceled school, so I just missed it, like I was ill. And all the time that I had, of course with the rest, I read this article, I tried to understand everything, and I used this method that the first time we read and we are afraid of the text, the second time we read we try to catch something, to understand something, and the third time we read we understand everything that we read and try to process it in our brains, to realize it in our brains, with the knowledge that we already have from this article, with the knowledge that we already understand, with the information that we already understand from this article. Because the first time I read this article, I understood that even in my own language I won't understand everything here, because it's rather hard. Then I started to write down some things that are quite important. I wrote down a lot of all themes for the essay that can be probably probably met on the exams. All the problems that I can see in this text, And there were about 60 themes for the essay. I wrote about 20 or 30 essays, and believe me or not, but at the exam there were two themes to choose, and there were two themes that I've already written, that I've already discussed. So I was so happy, and I wrote the essay about the text and about the changes. Sorry, and about the changes that should be done in the future because of robotization, AI influence. And I think my work, my own work, helped me. And you should always do everything you can, because everything depends only on you and your work and how hard you can work. As for logic and mathematics, I had lessons with the tutor, with the teacher who had some parents from the previous years. So when I saw this part, I was quite confident because I saw all these tasks. Maybe some of them were new, but they were not hard for me. The most important thing for me was to calculate correctly, because sometimes we miss something, sometimes we're just nervous. But I was quite sure at this part, and also I was sure. Sorry, I missed it. I was sure in that I did the test correctly, but the test also based on is also based on the article. And when I went home, I knew that I had two mistakes because I didn't remember these facts. One of them I didn't remember, and one of them I just didn't catch. I didn't understand what thing it is related to, so it was a stupid mistake. But in other points, I was very confident. And as for speaking, I think I was not very fluent, I can say, because you're always nervous when you have your exam. But I can say surely that I had a better English than other applicants. Yeah. What things should I do now? Now I have to pay money for the tuition fee, because in this university where I'm going to study, only EU members do not pay the tuition fee, and I have to do it. But 50% of the tuition fee is covered are covered sorry during the first year, and if you have enough credits, you this amount will be covered during the next years of your studies. And also I have to do my visa, but it is called another way, like residential permit. Sorry, I do not remember. I hate paperwork. I hate working with the documents. Not I hate doing it in Russian, and it is even harder for me to do it in English. I hope now that the whole situation with the coronavirus will end soon, and the borders will be opened, and I will start my studies as everyone started them. So I'm so excited. I'm eager to study there. I'm eager to start my studying there, because international business and the program in English and all this international atmosphere that I already expect to feel, that I already expect to have, it inspires me. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask them. And surely when I will be there, I will try to show I want to show the life there and to help other people also to study abroad. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it was interesting for you. Bye. Questions, like answer question part. No. and and what? And they brought boards